Right, there we go, full time here in Chicago at the beautiful Soldier Field, and it's been absolute Mancunian weather, monsoons. I can't believe in a city that rains like it's Manchester, or trying to be Manchester. It doesn't have a roof. Most of the crowd sitting there in like rain macs and stuff because we've been absolutely drenched. But do you know what? Well worth it, because it was an absolutely belting performance from the first minute. Well, when we scored early doors with Rasmus Hojlund actually doing a little bit of movement off the ball, getting his head, slightest of glances on it, but he still got his head onto it from a nice little cross from Patrick Dorgu. It was that was coming away with man of the match. And I thought it was a good performance, not just from him, but actually from the vast majority of people that was involved there today from United. It was a really, really strong performance from everyone. You could see the shape, you could see the intent, you could see what we were trying to do from the get-go, and it was impressive, especially when you consider it was probably a little bit of a B11 from United. Not our strongest, definitely a little bit rotated, but everybody stepped up. You could see the intensity, you could see the desire, and you could see that they've been coached, that they are understanding what the manager is asking from them. We had Luke Shaw putting a couple of decent tackles early doors, we had Harry Maguire getting involved, we had Diallo was doing bits down the right hand side, Lenny Yoro doing what he does and step in and looking like he's got, you know, bags and bags of quality on the ball in midfield. Bruno Casemiro was probably a little bit adventurous, but I think that selection worked in this particular game, and the way that they played in this particular game. I would say that they both looked as maybe a tiny little bit rusty, but the forward three, Ahmad, Hojlund, and Mount, I thought were fantastic, and that's obviously semi-ignoring Dorgu on the left-hand side, who's come away early doors with a goal and assist in the first half, and basically took the man of the match award there and then. I thought it was one of the better showings that we've seen in pre-season, and it gives me a lot of hope as we're going to see a little bit more of a development of this as we get into the back end of pre-season. I'm just trying to see if anyone's cutting about here. I'm getting in the way because it's a busy little thoroughfare that I'm sort of standing in the middle of here. We're going to see a little bit more development of that, and the more I think about it, the more I think that we take pre-season as this sort of really, really important time where you're going to get so much learning and so much development when it comes to the system and the players' understanding of the system. But we've actually got a busier schedule here than we will have during the week when we're at Carrington. That excites me, because it means that we can actually continue this development, that we can actually continue to be able to have the players understand more about what is required and have the energy to actually execute what's being asked of them, because it is an energetic system when it works, and that's what we need. We need to have a team that I think we might surprise people. And from what I'm hearing in and around the mixer here, it does look like we're going to bring in another striker. It could be Sesko, it could be Watkins. It seems like United have got the opportunity to bring in one of those, or either of those, whichever way you want to say it. Second half, we saw 9 substitutions. We saw Mainu coming on, nice few touches from him. As always, that little close control in tight spaces, that's what he brings to the party, and that's what he's very, very good at. We saw Ethan Williams, who we spoke about the other day because the manager's kind of been gassing him up with how he's been doing in pre-season and what he's been doing on pre-season. He comes on and gets a goal. That will do his confidence the world of good, and that might even put him in the shop window for the manager to give him even more minutes as we progress. Who else did we see come on and do well? Mantato came in on the right hand side. I thought he looked a little bit nervous, but at least he'll get some minutes into his legs. Half time we saw Delict come on as well. Didn't really have a hell of a lot to do. Bournemouth were poor, you know. Bournemouth were poor, and I've been trying to think, like, was they poor or was we really good? And I actually think that United were genuinely very good. And I thought the shape was there, I thought the coverage was there, we didn't even look ruffled. I haven't even mentioned Tom Heaton, who absolutely deserved a clean sheet tonight, by the way, and if I spot him, I will be telling him that. But I thought it was just a really, really strong performance from everybody, and that's 2 strong performances. And I know matches that won in pre-season don't count towards where you get in the league, but after how we finished the league last season, it wasn't just a case of that we weren't getting results, we weren't getting performances. And I always say, results follow performances. The performances are the most important thing. If you put in good performances, eventually you'll get the results that you deserve. And if you put in bad performances, eventually you will get the results that you deserve. I think that's how it works. Top and bottom. That's it. So I would rather see us putting in good performances. And like I said, I don't even care about the result of the game. To be honest with you, it's nice to get a win and it's nice to get a good result. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. What matters is the performance on pre-season, and the performances have been very, very good. I think Ahmad, I didn't touch on Ahmad, I said he did all right, but like, obviously he got a goal, and he's had a bit of a poacher's goal there, hasn't he, as well? But I don't think he's been incredible on these 2 game showings. Is that because he's played, well, I mean, today he didn't play right wing back, did he? He sort of played on the right half space. We haven't seen Mbumo. We didn't see Cunha today. The manager obviously spoke about the reasons for that. I believe we should be seeing Mbumo on Sunday in our final game against Everton. But even that wasn't certain. All he said was he wasn't going to be playing in the first 2 games, and then it would be we'll see how he gets on for the 3rd game. I hope we get to see him. I hope he gets a bit of a run out with the lads in a pre-season game. I know we've still got a game at Old Trafford before we start the season, but do you know what I mean? Like, you actually want to see him running out with the lads, don't you? You do. Top and bottom of it, you absolutely want to be seeing that. But yeah, that's another pre-season game in the can, and another successful pre-season game in the can. Good performances from all. Memorable 1-3 from Williams. Memorable one for Tommy Heaton wearing the armband. I'm not sure if he's ever done that before. I will ask him and find out if I can get an answer on that. And I think Patrick Dorgu showing us a little bit more flair, a little bit more feet. We know he's hard working, we know that he's going to press, and we know that he's going to compete physically. But we saw a little bit of flair from him today, and perhaps even a little bit of confidence being able to get a goal and an assist. So very good showing from everybody involved, and I really enjoyed that. And do you know what else I've enjoyed? The hospitality of this gaff. Not just Chicago, but Alabama, New York, everything. It's been absolutely legendary. So really appreciate it. Who's these guys? This the Chicago Bears? I feel like this is some of the Chicago Bears boys. Wouldn't know them if I fell over them. Anyone know? Let us know in the comments if that's a load of Chicago Bears boys. Some big old fellas. I'll say that for free. But yeah, so the hospitality across the entire tour has been fantastic. Had a good old time in New York. Shout out to the Chicago Supporters Club. Onwards to Atlanta for the final one. Let's see what Atlanta's got to show. And if there's a place that we've got to check out in Atlanta, bang it in the comments. Let us know. Really, how is this a lake, by the way? How is that not the sea? The water that you can see in Chicago. Absolutely mental. And I feel like I also have to address the reason that we say Chicago is a Peter Kay joke. So if you didn't watch Peter Kay 25 years ago, it might be a very, very niche Northwest joke, but that's why we say Chicago, for anyone that was wondering. But yeah, Chicago, you've been fantastic. New York, you was fantastic. Alabama, fantastic. The fucking Glazers. Fucking Glazers just walked past me. Bastard. Boo. Cunts. Anyway, that's just ruined what was a good fucking mood on it. Hope you stand on a fucking plug, you set of twats. In a bit.